Hey, it's your girl Victoria. We are back with another video. Today I'm going to teach you how to make wax melts. These are super strong. I got this recipe from Sunshine Candle and Soap off of YouTube. She's really awesome. I love watching her. Today you're going to need a hot pot or a stove. You're going to need a pan with about 1 inch of water. You're going to need, I'm using Pillar of Bliss wax. You can use other waxes like soy or whatever. This is over 50% soy with paraffin. It's got an awesome heat throw. You're gonna need something to put either your molds on, or I'm gonna be using clamshells today. You're gonna need something to melt your wax in. You're going to need a scale. You're going to need a heat thermometer. You need this. This is the most important thing. You're gonna need a little spoon to stir it. I'm using this so that I can get my little color block off. This is what I'm gonna color it with, and a little bit of mica. And then my fragrance. Today we're gonna work with Candy Crush, and then just a little thing for my fragrance to go in. Give me a second, let me get all my stuff together and I'll be right back. All right, so you're gonna set your clamshells or your molds aside. You're gonna get out your scale, and I'm gonna be making 1 pound of wax today. Make sure you put your bowl or your pour can on and tear out the scale. That is a very important thing. And then we're gonna weigh out 16 ounces, which is 1 pound.
Do you have that burner on?
Of wax, yes.
Okay.
It needs to be on. You should have your burner or stove heating up so that when you're done measuring this out, it can go on there. Okay, so we're gonna measure this out to 16 ounces. These are very fine granules, so they get everywhere. Don't mind this pot, it is old, but it is clean. There we go. Right at 16. I'm gonna turn our scale off. We're gonna put this in our heated water. I may have a little too much water in there. We're gonna heat this up till it's melted, and then it has to be heated to 195 degrees. The wax has to be to 195 degrees. That is what the supplier's website says. Now, most suppliers' websites say that you should only do 1 ounce of fragrance to 1 pound of wax. But I have been doing 3 ounces to 1 pound, and I promise you, the hubby can quit to me. I think I just said that wrong, but he can attest with me that these wax melts are freaking amazing. So I just weighed out my 3 ounces of wax, and I'm going to get this melted, and I'll be back as soon as that's done. All right, guys, we are almost there. We are at 140 or 185. A couple more, probably about another minute or so. If I stop stirring, it'll probably help. But as you see, the wax is melted. It's just a clear liquid. I don't know if you can see that coming off the spoon or not. It's like we got about 10 more degrees. But while we wait for that, this flash point, so you have on your fragrances, you have to watch for flash points. That's basically it's how high of heat that the product can take. This flash point is actually sort of low, but somebody asked for this, so I am going to do it. It's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt to pour, but I will get it. It'll be fine. If you don't pour it under the flash point though, or if you put this in above the flash point, you're going to burn off a lot of the fragrance. So you don't want to do that. But we are almost here. We're at 187, 188. Now we're going to get our little color block. This is where I'm gonna shave mine with a little potato peeler, and then I'm also gonna add just a tiny bit of that because I don't think it's gonna be dark. I don't think the violet is gonna be as dark as I want it. But you do want to make sure that this is at 195. 191. We're getting close. 192, 193. Oh. And we're there. As soon as it gets over 195, you want to take it off. Turn your stove off, please. We don't want to have any accidents. Now, we're going to, like I said, this flash point is kind of low. So we are going to add in our color block. And just a couple little, make sure you put your color block back in. There we go. And as you see how it's a light. I'm going with purple just because Candy Crush, it kind of, this has like, the ending of it has like a grape flavor or a grape-like scent. So that's why I'm going with the purple. Just gonna add that little tiny bit of mica. You want to just add it directly to your oil or your wax. And now this is when you're gonna want to keep stirring it until it gets down. You don't have to keep stirring it. You can just leave it go for a little bit and come back. It's at like 183, 181. So I'm gonna let this sit for a second and we'll be back. Okay, usually I would wait until, I would just cool it down to about 160 and then pour, but this one is about 125, 140, right in there somewhere. And throw all your fragrance in there and mix it up. See how it's starting to solidify on the sides? That's because
that smells good.
That is because this usually makes about 8 of these clamshells. I think it's about 2 ounces, 2.5 ounces, something like that. You just pour. I pour over. It's got like that bubble gum, like, but with like a hint of
candy.
Yeah, it's like a grape. I don't know.
Like a grape soda.
Yeah.
Like a Welch's grape soda.
You just pour.
Oh, you can see it's starting to solidify.
Yeah, it's quickly. So if you're waiting until this, just know you have to pour fastly. Very fast.
Must pour faster.
Oh, come on.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
This one might be I mean, but now you guys can see what happens when you wait until it goes down to a very low point, right? So I'm gonna let these set up. I'm gonna go ahead and close them. It's not a big deal, especially since the stuff is so already pretty much solidified. As you guys can tell, leave it to me to, this one won't be getting sold. I can't, I do sell these. I sell them for $3 a piece. This will go for my house or the shop or something. Now what I'm going to do with this is I send products to Canada. And what I'm going to do is I'll put all this in a, I'll put it in little, hold on, let me get it. I know I sound like a crazy person, but so that my friend down there can have samples. Oh, I'd prefer to do this while it's liquid, but you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. No reason to waste because it's still good. It's just not as pretty, that's all. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's gonna do the exact same thing as the ones that Pour did. But now these will go for samples. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys all have a great day.